Scorpio, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early March 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Scorpio collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do you got for us? What do you got for Scorpio gang in early March? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Scorpio gang. What is going on? What's the vibe? What's the energy swirling around for us? I mean, last week's reading was intriguing to say the least. So we'll see if we keep that going. What do we got for Scorpio here, please? Oh, okay. Thank you. Cool. I mean, this could be good. I guess it depends. I mean, for some of you, this could be really good for yourself, especially like with aesthetics and beauty and confidence. I would watch out for egotistical people too. Like that's a little side message because this card over here does split like in two like that. Now, before we fully dive into it, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the March subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So as you can see, there's a lady with this big, extremely large blue dress sitting in that room, surrounded by all the mirrors, and she's also looking in the mirror. It's not bad. Now, for some Scorpios, sure, maybe you're doing something about your aesthetics or look. Maybe you're changing something up. So whether it's like working out or whether it's changing the wardrobe, changing how you present yourself, that's a big thing. For some of you, it could be decoration of the home as well. So, I mean, that's just a little side message we pick up here. This is a card of beauty and confidence and can remind me of the Queen of Wands. So this might be good for us in this time where it's like, okay, now I'm feeling a little bit better. So anything with adjusting how you present yourself. However, this person is in a room surrounded by mirrors, so it's kind of narcissistic. So I would say in this time, watch out for individuals that can do no wrong or people that are way too, I don't want to say confident, just it's just a little overbearing, if that's the best way I can put it. I'm trying not to curse or I'm trying not to say anything too bad. I would just say watch out for egotistical people when this card is here. And we'll just leave it at that. I'm sure if there is one in your life, you already know who I'm talking about. So we'll leave it at that. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Scorpio gang. And while we do, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled Beware of This Person. And I was most definitely picking up the vibe of somebody in the midst or somebody in the circle that is presenting a different version of themselves, or somebody that doesn't have the best intentions. That was the big thing I picked up. And you know, if I pick up a warning in a reading, I'm always going to pass it along right away, unfiltered. So that's kind of what I picked up last week. So keep your head on a swivel because those energies can bleed over for a couple weeks. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for Scorpio gang. What do we got? What is happening here in early March? Okay, Knight of Wands, very fiery. I mean, this could be good. I don't feel like it's oppositional. I like when we get an action card in position number 1. I always feel like it's good. It's like, okay, we're moving. We're not stagnated. Let's get a couple more. Let's see what we got for Scorpio, please. Okay, what do we got for Scorpio gang, please? Deck is being very specific for you this week. We'll take it, though. Got a very similar thing in Cancer, where it's like we have a very, very fast card and we have one that's not moving at all. So it's like we have oppositional energy showing up here. Let's get one more here for Scorpio. Thank you. Okay, so we do have another card of people that you might be connected to here. We do have the Lovers, not the Lovers, the 2 of Cups. Very similar energy. I don't know why I called it the Lovers. So if you're connected to Gemini, maybe that's why I called it that. But these energies are very intriguing to me. I don't feel like they're necessarily bad, but I feel like there's more than meets the eye. There's more underneath the surface here. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first glance, I like the fact that there's a mixture of elements here. And most of the elements, work well with Scorpio. We have some earth right here in the center, which is a complementary element to Scorpio. We have water, which is our comfort zone. The only thing here is this fire and this tug of war that seems to be going on in the front, because it's like we have start, stop, action, and full freeze out. Like, it's interesting how it goes. It's like full go, full stop. So let's go through and see how it all plays out when we build on it one by one, because the energetic dynamics are very unique and they're different extremes. So position number one, let's start here. We have the Knight of Wands. So big fire sign energy. Maybe you have some fire sign placements yourself like I do. Maybe you're connected to a fire sign, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And knights are generally representative of making moves, taking action, going from A to B. Like, this isn't a card of just sitting, thinking, and planning. It's a card of actually doing things and following through. So I like the Knight of Wands normally. It could be a messenger too, so this could be a talk of some kind. It could be a message, and especially with the fire, there could be a sense of urgency to it. So we want to see what's up with this. Now, the only issue with the Knight of Wands, it can be very volatile. When we look at its reverse meaning, it could be explosive, it could be unpredictable, it could be very volatile. So we'll definitely want to look at it further. But I think initially we're starting from a good place. It's just, what do we got going on here? Which is odd, because it's like energy like looks good, it looks complementary, but I feel like there's a tension underneath the surface that we definitely want to look at. So we'll see what's going on with this Knight of Wands. And again, it could just be a talk of some kind. That's very possible, but we shall see. Now, moving to the center, we have the complete opposite. Like I said, we're doing a full 180. This is where the energy twists. It's like from full go to full stop. We have the Hierophant. Now, this is a complementary energy to Scorpio, right? Because this represents Taurus. If you're connected to a Taurus, this could be them showing up. And this is one of the more in-depth cards in the whole entire deck. It means a lot of things. So I'm just going to run through a whole variety of them. This is a card that could represent power structures. So we're talking corporations, companies, governments. This card can represent authority figures, people in a place of authority. Your personal authority can be represented here. This is a card that could mean spirituality. So you might be diving further into spiritual topics and esoteric symbolism when this card is in the mix. But when we get to the challenge of this card, it's very routine. It's not thinking outside the box. We're talking about tradition with this card, which isn't a bad thing, right? Listen, I'm a Scorpio moon myself. Like, there's a good thing about predictability and tradition sometimes. But the challenge of this card is it could be too set in its ways. It could be too slow. It can represent problems. It can represent delays in situations that are like, oh, they're frustrating me when I see this card, especially when we have this energy here in the front that wants to go. It wants to take action. Then we have this Hierophant here. And it could also represent people we have a lot of history with. That's another thing with the Hierophant. It's one of the cards of marriage too, like life partners. So we will take a look at that further. Now, moving to the back end, we have the Two of Cups. I said lovers when it first came out, and that's very similar. Twos in tarot could represent decisions, choices, being at a crossroads, and partnerships, specifically the Two of Cups. So we might be looking at somebody else's energy, whether this is someone you care very deeply for, or this is someone that's just attached to you in one way or another. Whenever we see the Two of Cups, it's like, oh, no, yeah, this is a partnership. For some of you, maybe this is a new one coming in that you need to keep your eyes open. It all really depends on what it is you're going through. But I like the Two of Cups. Normally, it's a very smooth, silky, easy-flowing, easy-going type of energy. So it's not like this tug of war that we have going on here, where this energy is very extreme, very different. This one, it's like, no, this energy is on the same page. So I'm not sure if you're trying to get on the same page with somebody. We'll just have to see. If we're not talking about relationships, I like the Two of Cups, though, because it tells me, all right, this is smooth. This is looking good. So it's totally different than what we have in the front. So I want to dive deeper on all this, Scorpio. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay. Let's get a good shuffle here for Scorpio gang. Let's see what's happening. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's see what that Knight of Wands is up to. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Scorpio, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Knight of Wands, what's up? Why is it here? Thank you. Okay, so interesting stuff we have going on here, and I'm not sure if you've had similar things to this. I saw this in other water signs. So we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, and that is most definitely a sign of something looping back around, something that's not willing to wait anymore. So for some Scorpios out there, there could be a situation where you're like, I'm tired of waiting. I'm losing my patience with this. That can most definitely be it. But I'm getting several messages here. That's why I'm saying I feel like it's layered. So first and foremost, that's it. There could be someone or something that is like reaching its limit with you. Keep that in mind. This can also represent a karmic return of some sort, or something returning in a big way, whether a situation or an individual, circling back, right? Because the Seven of Pentacles is a karmic card of reaping what you sow. So when I see this, it's like, yeah, very explosive too. So for some of you, this could be an explosive talk. So it's like we have a three-pronged message here, and it could be all of them for some of you. So it's either an explosive talk, something that's really testing your patience to the max, or this could be a situation that pops back up again, or a person that pops back up. It just returns quick. It's like in and out. It's like giving me that kind of vibe. So just know if something does pop back in, it could pop back out just as quick as it pops back in. So, which is also frustrating. So that's the main thing I'm picking up here with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So I know that's several different messages. You just take whatever fits for you. And we're going to keep it moving. We're going to see what that Hierophant has to say, because that energy is a little irritating to me. I'm just being honest with you, that I'm feeling irritated. Let's move over to the Hierophant and see what that has. And maybe the Two of Cups will cheer us up, right? So why is the Hierophant here for Scorpio gang? And again, like, this is Taurus. That's a fixed earth sign. They're across from us in the zodiacal wheel, right? That's your sister sign. So let's see what that's about. Good. Strong energy here. Very, very strong Taurus energy, because we have both of the Taurus power cards. Now, the reason I feel like this is extra important, because when I see the Hierophant and I see the Empress, if you're not dealing with a Taurus, which is their two power cards, Spirit might be asking you to deal with something as if you were one. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. Now, this does point to something good. This can most definitely represent a win in the end, or a payoff of some kind. If you're patient enough, if you see something through, you could get a good result, but it's not fast. It's a process. So there could be something where it's like you either need to trust the process and go with the process, or go this way. It's like you might be getting to a make or break point where it's like you could either double down and invest or not. That's the vibe it's getting. But when I say that you might need to treat something the way a Taurus would, remember that they're a fixed earth sign. They're usually very patient. They're very slow and steady. They're very considerate. So there could be something Spirit wants you to try to handle in that way. I know, as someone with Scorpio and Aries, that sometimes we could be a little aggressive, right? Sometimes if there's something we want to do, something we want to accomplish, we can be a little pushy. Spirit could be asking you to be a little more patient too. So just take it for whatever it's worth. And if there is something where you're going through a process, like, the end result could be really, really beautiful, because that is a payoff for blessings at some point, even if it's not right now, right this second. So let's go in on the Two of Cups. We'll see what that has to say. Then we'll do a quick little recap. So talk about opposing energies, right? I feel like the slow, steady method is the best, though, like, in comparison with what we have going on. But let's see what the Two of Cups has before we do our recap. So why is the Two of Cups here? Oh, okay. I'll take it. Ace of Cups. This is good. This is really nice in the result. Now, the Ace of Cups does represent offers, opportunities. And you remember how I was speaking about possible communications and talks? This could be one that has some depth to it. When I see the Two of Cups, Ace of Cups, where it's like, I'm putting my feelings out there, whether this is a new individual for some of you. The Two of Cups with the Ace of Cups could represent a new person coming in. So keep your eyes out if that's something you're looking for. If that's something that's not on your mind whatsoever, if you're just watching this for like career-based things, this is a silky smooth energy, and there might be new opportunities coming in for you in the very near future. So keep your eyes to the horizon, because we do have beautiful cards here this week. Aside from this little stuff that's going on here in the front, it's like the rest of the energy is looking really, really nice. Now, the Ace of Cups underneath the Two of Cups, if we are not talking love whatsoever, again, I feel like this is a big offer or opportunity coming your way. So keep your eyes peeled for it. But if we are talking love, this could be another communication. Remember, we have a communication here in front. Now we have another communication here in the back. The one in the back has a lot more patience to it, where this one is like, all right, well, I'm getting tired of waiting, or I'm getting fed up with something. This one here on the back is much more empathetic, if that makes sense. So if you are having issues with a specific person or a person in general, Spirit could be asking you to approach it in an empathetic way. That's just the vibe I'm getting. And listen, you have free will. You could do as you wish. But with what I'm seeing here, there's various important talks that are showing up here, or serious ones. But there's different ways to approach it. Remember, I saw the extremes from the very beginning. But let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow. A lot of really positive energy this week, and I do like it. The only thing I feel, though, is that it feels like a process. Like there's something keeping it slow. But position number one, before the shadow card, we have the Knight of Wands with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. This message split 3 different ways. For some of you, this can be an explosive talk of some kind, where it's like a lot comes pouring out, it's hot and heavy. For another portion of you, there could be something that's very irritating or frustrating to you, that's like really getting on your last nerve. But I also have a big vibe of something like popping in or returning quick. Like surprisingly, or an explosive return of some sort. So just know, like, it's like it comes in, then it goes, it comes, it goes, it comes, it goes. Moving to the center, we have a much more solid, stable, predictable type of energy, because we have the Hierophant with the Empress, beautiful, strong Taurus energy. So Spirit could be asking you to be a little more patient. Treat something the way a Taurus would, or just solve something. Like, to me, it feels like for some of you, you might be going through a process, even if you don't realize it. So like the slow and steady results are a good thing here. So that does feel like something paying off in the end. And then right here on the back end, we have another possible communication of importance. 2 of Cups, Ace of Cups. For those of you watching this for career, there's new opportunities on the horizon. And it feels like it could be easy to walk it down. For those of you watching this for love, this could possibly be either a new individual or speaking to someone empathetically. A little more caring, not as pushy with what we have here in the front. So it's like, yeah, there's 2 different approaches, but I would lean this way if you want the best results. And again, you have free will, you could do as you wish. But there's a lot happening here, but I feel like most of it's good. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows here. So let's get a good shuffle here for Scorpio gang. What is happening, Guide Spirit team? And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. And yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get your shadow card out right now. What do we got? Scorpio, please. Quick. Yeah, there it is again, the Hierophant. So not only do we have Taurus showing up twice, but thrice. So even here in the shadows, the Hierophant is in the mix. So let me just give you another reminder of the good things about this card. It's reliable, it's predictable. It talks about the structure or the process of something. So for some Scorpios, just work the process and you'll get the good results out of it. But again, it could also represent you taking authority or ownership over things. But in the challenge, the Hierophant is something that either takes a really long time or is very stubborn. So just know you might be up against someone or something that is very grounded and just very stubborn in its ways, okay, with the Hierophant in the shadows. And it can represent delays and it can represent frustrations, okay? But I feel like for most, I don't know why this Taurus energy is showing up like 3 times for you, but I feel like what we mentioned in the reading itself definitely, it rings true to me that like you just need to go through the process. If you want the best result, you got to take your time. So Scorpio, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the March subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me and get a little glimpse into whatever situations you're dealing with, you can check out my digital calendar on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The March schedule is up and live. But for the March subscriber surprise, giving away 3 copies of one of my most favorite decks, the Everyday Witches Tarot. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, where in this beautiful big world are you from? I'll go first. I'm from New Jersey. And you could just put it down in the comments and you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll talk to you soon.